What is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back into the video. And today we're doing the Beast Picks Week Divisional Round Playoffs. Joining me, Rainy 48. We're only a couple hours away, a little late, but things happen and we got to get it going.
Life happens, unfortunately, Frank.
Yes, that's what it happens all the time with all of us. That's how we're gonna get done, guys. There's 4 games. This is it for the championship, or whoever wins gets to go to the championship games. So get the best of the best here. So what do you got? What are you looking forward to these games?
Hopefully celebrating tomorrow night at 6:00 if the Bills make it.
Truth be told, absolutely. So the start of this playoff is today. And it will be the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs coming off the bye. Jacksonville coming off a collapse of the Chargers and winning after having so many have 5 turnovers. 5 turnovers. Chargers had none and they won somehow. But anyways, what are the betting odds for that?
Chiefs minus 9.5.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Kansas City came off the bye. Jacksonville got lucky in this game, or last week's game, because the Chargers were terrible at almost everything when they had every opportunity to lock that game up with 5 turnovers. I'm going to say the Kansas City Chiefs do win this game. I'm going to say it is 34 to I'm going to give them 21. I'm going to give Jacksonville 21. It's going to be kind of airtight for a while, but then Kansas City kind of blows it out towards the fourth quarter. And I think in the end, the Chiefs will get it done. Obviously, they have more experience. So I think they get it done here. And that's my pick on this. What do you think?
I'm going to go against the grain here. I'm going to say that the Jaguars win this game.
Really?
And if they don't, in all reality, what I'm betting is the Jags plus points. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be more than a touchdown game. I think last week's game against the Chargers was more about poorly placed throws from Lawrence than it was about it being a blowout. If he doesn't throw the 4 interceptions and it goes the same way with Buffalo being as close as they were, then I think they blow them out. And I end up probably winning $150 off of the Jaguars game last week. I think that Trevor Lawrence is finally hitting his stride as a very good quarterback. The thing is, both of these teams are going to rely heavily on the tight end this week.
Yeah.
The Jaguars have allowed 6 touchdowns, 2 tight ends on the season, and allowed over 900 yards. They're averaging over 60 yards a game. The Chiefs defense has allowed 9 touchdowns on the season to tight ends. So that's my lock of the week is just Evan Ingram's going to have at least a touchdown. That being said, I think it's going to be a game that's I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a good game too. But I think I'm going to call the upside here on the Jags.
What's your score?
I'm going to say 28-24 Jaguars.
Okay, that is close. That would probably be like a last-second touchdown then.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah. All righty. So tonight, and this is probably going to be the game that everyone's going to be watching tonight more than anything, is the New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, division rivals, obviously. What are the betting odds for this?
-8 for Philadelphia.
-8 for Philadelphia. So, the Giants beat the Vikings, which I'm happy that the Vikings were one and done. We said the Vikings were going to be one and done. And I predicted that it was actually going to happen.
Well, truth be told, I told you on the show I wanted to pick the Giants, but I needed to pick against you somehow.
To be fair, we were both 5-1, though. We were both 5-1 last week in the picks. I forgot to mention that. We were both 5-1. That was the one you lost, but then I lost another one.
You lost the Jaguars pick.
Yes, I lost the Jaguars pick. So we both did very good for ourselves. But yeah, this is going to be a division rival game. Eagles coming off the bye. Don't exactly know what's going on with Hurts right now.
He's good. He's healthy. He's playing.
Oh, yeah, he's healthy, but he didn't look so good He didn't look so good when he started week 18.
Did he have to, though?
Yeah, he did, because they didn't know if the Cowboys were going to win.
I think you needed to get out there. You needed to let him shake the rust off. I think it's exactly what he did. I'm not concerned about Jalen Hurts in the least, quite honestly. I think Jalen Hurts will be more than fine.
And there was
I
the
think-
backups, too, that he played up against, too. Should have noted.
I think he'll be fine.
I am going with the upset here. I think the New York Giants are going to win this game. I don't know with the Eagles. I mean, if they come out exploding, then I'm probably going to be wrong. But I think the way the Giants played the Vikings and a way that they are playing, I mean, they played up against his backups that way. I think the Giants have a real legitimate shot winning this game. As much as that pains to say me, because I'm not a Giants fan, I think the Giants are going to win. And it's going to be a close game, but in the end, they're going to literally have the ball last, and they're going to get it in, and they're going to win the game. I think it is going to be 27-20. Giants win the game.
Not even close. First and foremost, because this is the exact opposite tale of what we saw with Kansas City, Jacksonville. Both these teams defensively are very good. The biggest difference is the Giants can defend the pass. The Eagles can defend the pass and the run. The Giants cannot defend the pass. I think you're going to see Jalen Hurts go for over 50. I think you're going to get Miles Sanders going for over 50. I think they both are probably going to punch in a touchdown at some point. I think Dallas Goedert's going to get involved because that's the only other position that the Giants really can't cover. It pains me to say, but I think your Cinderella story with the Giants ends today. I think you're going to see the Eagles win this one 27-10.
Oh, you got a blowout.
It's so the thing is, the Eagles are very good against the run, and they've done pretty good this season at shutting down Saquon. And I mean, even last week, Saquon wasn't great. He had 2 touchdowns, but it was only 50 yards. Daniel Jones has to win that game against very good cornerbacks. And I think the best bet to score a touchdown this week is honestly Darius Slayton, because the way that you usually beat Philly is on a stretch play, and that's the guy to do that with this Darius Slayton. But I truthfully think that's what we're looking at here is you're going to see the Eagles win like 27-7.
Okay. Sunday, we have the game we never got, unfortunately. The Cincinnati Bengals, but it's at the Buffalo Bills, 3:00 tomorrow. Who is the favorite in this? I feel like this has got to be like a toss-up.
Buffalo is now by quite a bit.
Really?
Buffalo has gone from a 2.5 favorite to a 6-point favorite in the last couple days.
How? What happened? What was the serious injury that happened?
3 of them. There's 3 starters missing on Cincinnati's line.
Okay.
Cincinnati is basically starting a backup line. And in the situation where already last week they allowed Joe Burrow to be sacked 7 times.
Yeah. I mean, and I'll say this right now.
4 times last week.
Yeah, I predicted the Ravens to win, and everyone thought that it was crazy at the time, but the Ravens really should have won the game. Like, if they don't make that mistake on the quarterback sneak there, they have the touchdown possibly, or a field goal, and they're not chasing the touchdown for the rest of the game. And the Ravens, okay, like their defense, and this is where you bring up the whole sack thing with Burrow. Burrow had a chance to put that game away multiple times, and they kept going 3 and out multiple times.
When did that start happening?
After they scored. Touchdown.
No.
Oh, you're talking about when the guy got injured?
Jonah Williams went down injured, and that's when the offense completely stalled. And I think that's why it's going to this level. Joe Burrow is still going to make Joe Burrow plays. But if Joe Burrow gets hit 10 to 15 times, whether it's a sack every time, if he gets sacked 6 times by Buffalo, it's going to be a tough game for the Bengals. Both teams are highly regarded in the top 10 of the league in terms of run defense. Both teams have very good pass defenses. In theory, they're within the bottom half of the league in yards allowed. But this doesn't account for a situation in which you have no starting line. And when I say no starting line, it's not like, oh, we're missing the center and 2 guards. You're missing your 2 bookend tackles, your left and your right, and Lale Collins and Jonah Williams, and then your right guard as well. So your right side's double weak. And now you're missing your cornerstone left tackle. So the Bengals are in trouble. I was not confident about this game. I thought it was going to be a coin flip up until that injury news. It's still not going to be an easy game, but I definitely think you're looking at like a 27-21 Bills victory here.
I think the Bills were going to win. But I think the Bills will win. The Bills, they won close against the Dolphins. Bengals won close against the Ravens, but you don't really hear that.
The thing that pisses me off about the Bills narrative this week,
it was ridiculous.
But the narrative is, well, Josh Allen did that. No, Josh Allen didn't do those 2 interceptions. I love Cole Beasley and John Brown. I love that they're back.
Yeah, the interception was definitely on Cole Beasley.
The interception was also on John Brown. The second view of that interception that went right at the player. Yeah, I get what he's throwing. I know they're trying to be aggressive with the verticals. But John Brown is in the vicinity where all he has to do is put a hand in, and he's knocking the interception out of Xavier Howard's hand.
Yeah.
The Cole Beasley one, I don't know what happened there, but you can't let the ball hit you in the chest and just go off.
Butterfinger hand.
I get it, but that's it.
And then he got a touchdown though, so he did kind of redeem himself. I called that play too, and I right when he went into motion, I knew they were going to him right there, and they got the touchdown.
I had 3 2-score touchdown players last week for the Bills, and I had all 3 of them right. So, but no, the same go, and I guess it is the tale of 2 different stories where you can go, how are you so confident about the interceptions? The interceptions aren't placed on Josh for those ones. I get it. It's a team game, and I get that he's the one throwing it. Statistically, it goes on him. So in theory, it's a Josh interception. But when you watch that tape back, it's not on him.
Yeah.
When you watch back what happened with Cincinnati, yes, it's not on Joe Burrow, but it's also not something Joe Burrow can fix. He cannot find 3 new guys that can start at the caliber of where his guys were.
Yeah, and it's the thing with, and everyone's like, oh, he's just going to go out. But guess what? He came back despite all the mistakes that happened. In the touchdown, the sack touchdown the Dolphins had and all that stuff when they took the lead. The Bills came right back with Josh Allen driving him down and getting the touchdowns and getting the lead back.
And I guess here's my thing is I have a lot more faith. As funny as it is to say, I know they just fired their D coordinator, but I've got way more faith in Miami's front 7 than I do in Cincinnati's front 7. Cincy's front 7 is not that fearsome. They got a scoop and score on the 1-yard line. Congratulations. You didn't get that sack. You didn't that was a fumble coughed up by Lamar or by Tyler Snoop Huntley. Yeah. Miami had 3 really good pass rushers, and the Bills line looked abysmal. Don't get me wrong, but Miami's pass rushers made those plays. Miami's pass rushers were throwing bodies.
Yeah. And yeah, absolutely. I think the Bills do win. Like I said, I'm going to say it's 31 to I'm going to say 20.
Listen, that'd be my favorite thing.
Bills win, and which means the Bills, assuming that the Chiefs win like I think they will, we will have a neutral AFC championship game.
In Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that's going to be Atlanta. I was hoping it was going to be an outdoors one, but they're doing this, I guess, just so there would be no weather element.
It had nothing to do with that, though, either, because there were a lot of places that declined hosting.
Oh, so even Green Bay was like, no.
I don't know if they got to asking Green Bay, but there were a list of 6 or 7 places that had declined hosting already.
Oh, I didn't know it because I thought the Colts wanted it, but
the Colts declined it.
Oh, they declined. I thought they wanted it.
The Colts declined it. The Lions declined it. I don't remember if Cleveland was in on that, but Cleveland might have been doing work on their field, so they declined it. They had a list of teams that they had offered this up to that declined it. So
yeah. Because if no matter if it would have been Kansas City or Buffalo, both teams play outdoors, so both teams play in some weather. Obviously not snow, maybe if it was in Kansas City, but they still both play in weather games. So that's why I was looking for the outdoors. But they went with the dome, so they got to go with that. But nonetheless, we both think the Bills win.
Yes.
Yes. So next, the final game, which is the 6:30 game tomorrow, which is the Dallas Cowboys at the San Francisco 49ers. This is a historical playoff rivalry game, so yeah. What are the favorites here?
It's the Niners by 3.5, and this is going to be one of the weirdest games this weekend.
Yeah. It will be. It is a rivalry playoff game, because these guys have historically battled each other through the years in the playoffs, going back to the 70s. So, you know, I'm sure people are going to be intrigued by that aspect. But in terms of this, because these guys did play each other last year, then that was a botch thing with the Cowboys did at the end, which kind of blew their chances from winning. But Dallas looked good this year, and the 49ers looked really shaky against Seattle. I mean, the first half at least. Second half, Seattle just kind of blew themselves over. And I just don't know. I'm more leaning towards the Dallas Cowboys because I know what I'm going to get with the Cowboys over the 49ers. 49ers, you still don't know that much about Brock Purdy in terms of if he's going to be able to keep it going for the playoffs. And I also heard a report that if they do somehow win this game, that Jimmy Garoppolo might be possibly able to play, which I don't even know why you would do that if you have this guy winning as much as he's winning. But
it might be the situation where he can play, but that doesn't mean he's going to start. You might just be insurance policy as a backup, honestly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think the Cowboys get the revenge here from last year. I think the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, hopefully they have their kicker crap under control because that's the one thing I'm sure they're concerned about, right? They should have been going for 2-point conversions after they missed that second extra point. But that's the one thing you got concerned going in this game. Dallas, I think, wins the game. I'm going to give the Cowboys a 28-17 victory. And if my predictions come through, we will have the first ever NFC Championship wild card game between the Giants and
conference game.
What's up?
You mean conference?
Yeah, conference championship game.
Yeah, it wouldn't be wild card.
No, but it would be the first ever wild card teams to be in a conference championship game. Like the Cowboys, like we've had one, but we've never had two teams be wild card teams in the conference championship game and hosting because the Cowboys would host it. And that would be the first time that ever happened. And that's what I think will happen. I think
because you predicted the Giants.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking the fact that it would all be from the same division as well.
Well, yeah, they are both from the same division, but it would be the first ever wild card championship game.
That makes more sense now.
Yeah. So what do you think?
This one's tough. The identity of both these teams is that they win with the running back.
Yep.
However,
unless they win with their arms too. They have to.
But that's it. It's Dallas, when you think of how their offense has run most of the year, has been Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott. You look at San Fran, and in the playoff run, it's been Christian McCaffrey and Eli Mitchell. Look at the defenses. Dallas allows less than 85 yards against the game on the run. They're in the top 5 in the league against the run. The Niners are the best team in the league against the run. They allow less than 60 yards per game against the run average. So it's going to force this game to be a passing game. Also, fun note, both of these teams have allowed over 2,500 yards on the season, 2 receivers on the opposite team. It's going to be a game where someone's going to have to show up and win this game with their arm. I'm not saying it won't be.
And who would you be more confident with?
That's the thing. That's the
Dak
problem.
Prescott, man, he's the proven guy.
That's the problem. Dak Prescott's also found a way to lose in big scenarios. That's the biggest situation. Dak has found a way to lose in big scenarios. I'm going to say the Niners do it. I'm going to say it ends up being 31-28 final.
Okay.
It's going to be a close game. It's going to not take the spread. But it's going to be like both these guys are going to have to score more than 3 passing touchdowns because neither of these teams on the season, in 18 games so far, neither of these teams has allowed more than 6 total touchdowns on the ground.
All right.
That means one rushing touchdown every 3 games.
Yep. And, if we get a shootout, then we get a shootout. That would be really good too. I'm sure people will love that. Yeah, so those are all the games for this week. So yeah, those are our picks. I mean, we pretty much except for the Bills, we pretty much all picked against each other. So we'll have a different different outcome this time. Probably. So yeah, these are picks. You got your sponsor.
Yeah, shout out to Kyle over at Chicken Dippin'. Hit him up online, chickendippin.com or chicken_dippin'. Use code 716 for 15% off your final order price.
All right. And yeah. And that's about it. Is there anything else what to say? Is there anything else?
Go Bills.
Yep. Bills, man. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Comment, rate if you like to favorite my videos. Please subscribe. If you're on the website, make sure to redirect and subscribe as well, wherever it is. Because on Zoom it's reverse.
Yeah, it's all confusing.
But yeah. I am out. I am the Ultimate Koku. He's the Rainy 48, and we're out of here. Peace.